هلا يجينا مثلا 1 minus 1. يا هلا ليه ما كنا نعملها زي زمان صار زيرو؟ هلا بنعملها قررت. So two lines are parallel. This is our nearest one. In this one, we can have two. We have two lines. They are parallel. We're going to talk about the converse of the angle. Now here, what do I mean by the parallel line? As I told you before, the parallel lines, they are two lines. They never intersect and they have the same distance. So that means the distance from this line to this line are the same, like 1 meter as an example. And here, they are the same. Here also, between them, they are the same. Between them, the distance are the same. So of the distance between two lines are the same, and they will not intersect. What do I mean by it? If I have this one and if I have this one, look at them. The distance here, it's not the same. But if you continue now, they will intersect and it's this. So they are not the parallel. This is what I mean by the parallel lines. Now, how do I mean, or what is the sign or the orientation of the parallel? If you have put it like, as an example here, where's the eraser? Here we have PQ, and here we have XY. How can I say they are parallel? I will say PQ, like this. This means what? Parallel lines. PQ are parallel to XY. Exactly. This is what do I mean by what? By parallel lines. Now, where do we have? Now, where do we have the parallel lines? We see it in our life. As you see here, like the zebra crossing, we have parallel lines. This one here in your copybook, we have a lot of parallel lines. Here, as you see now, also on the railway tracks, we have parallel lines. Yes, Hiruli. They have to be equal. If they don't make it equal, so that means that the engineer or the one that drew, they have something wrong. What do you mean? And how they are equal? How do you know? You can measure them from your ruler or from your like this. As an example. Like this as an example. Are the systems, or is the system the same as the system? So they are this one they are intersecting because they intersect somewhere. If they are like this, they intersect somewhere. So we call them intersecting lines. If they are like this, we call them intersecting lines. They are not parallel. Intersecting. This intersecting. There's one like this. This will be perpendicular. No one. Now, here, one of the facts we know them that each line can have many parallel lines to it. What do I mean? If I have here, there's something geometry. أيوة exactly that's it. I forgot. What is it? Come on, no, that's to be there. Look, you're in parallel. That's why. Where? Oh, no, 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 no. Now, if I have this one, okay, imagine now this is different. Now, I want you now to know that I can draw one line parallel to it. There is one is parallel to the purple one. And I can draw a green one. That the green one is parallel to the purple one. I can draw now a brown one, which is also parallel to the purple one. So that means there are many parallel lines. Or you can say there are infinite number of lines. They are parallel to the same line, as you see here. Okay, so if I draw, or if I have this parallel line here, I can have one here, one up, one here, one here, one here, one here, etc. And then we reach the sky. We have a lot of exactly. This is for the first one. The second one, extended indefinitely without them intersecting at any point. I mean, like if I get them, drawing them from here up to reach America, they will not be intersected. So if I extend them indefinitely, they will not be intersected. This is what I mean by yes, exactly. They will not intersect. Now, here, I want now to draw a line segment parallel to this one. Where can I draw it? Let's see. I can draw it here. They have the same size, the same distance, and it's parallel to it. And I can draw this one. This has the same distance from this one, and they will never intersect. And I can draw this one, and this one, and this one. So I can draw a lot of lines that are parallel to the original one. I just need to talk about them later. This postulate, yeah. Yes. What do you say? Can you repeat? Can we say that? Yes. Oh. But later on, we will say that if the brown is parallel to the blue, exactly, and the purple is parallel. This one and this one, they are parallel. This one and this one, they are parallel. So we can say that these they are parallel, which is the transitive property. Yes. Now let's talk about another postulate in the parallel, which that if I have a line L and there's a point up, this point now, it's a point, it's not on the line. Okay? If I want now to draw a line, that this line must have point P in it. Or in other words, point P is passing through this line. So how many lines can I draw? From only one. No. If it's drawing that point P, we have only draw line. Exactly. Exactly. And let's see. And I told you now, if we have line, we can draw a lot or infinite number of parallel lines. That is what a lot of lines that's parallel to it. But if I told you, if you have point B, and I want you to draw a line, okay, that must be passing from this point and parallel to the original one. So how many lines can you draw? Only one. I want parallel to the I. Only one. So the postulate here is for a point P that's not on the line L or I, there is exactly one line parallel to L through the point. There's one line only can pass through P that is parallel to I. Only one line. Remember this postulate. We have point. We can draw only one line parallel. We can draw another line, but they are not parallel to it. We can draw a lot of lines, but I want the parallel one. We have only one line that is parallel to line L. Is it clear? We can draw another one. Yes. Now, go to number 1 in your book. Theorem is need proof. The postulate doesn't need it. Now, excuse me. Number 1, page 90. This one. Page 90. Here, in your copy book, I want you now to draw line K and point P. That is not on the line K. Now, how many lines can be drawn through P that are parallel to K? Here, يلا in your copy book, do it please. يلا in your copy book. I want you now to draw line K. Line K, point P. That's not on the line. Yeah, let me see. So how many lines? Stop. Yes. Okay, draw it. Draw. No. Here we have line K and point P that's not on the line K. How many lines can you draw it that is parallel to line K? Have you ever seen this like this? How many lines? Only one. Bravo. Yeah, now here. So we have line K. Yes, Elmer. Yes. Yes. Yeah. Yes, one. Exactly. Bravo. Thank you so much. Yes. Now here, let's talk about now the converses of the parallel lines theorem. Before we talk about the parallel lines theorem, let's remind us what do I mean by the converse. Did you remember at the first lesson you said that if x plus 4 equals 6, so x equals 2? Yeah. And when you say that if x equals 2, so x plus 4 give you x? Yeah. We said that this is a conditional statement. Okay, I remember this. We said that if x plus 4 is 6, by proving it, we found that x is 2. This is what we call it conditional statement. And there's a converse. What do I mean by the converse? That I exchange the order. If x is 2, so x plus 4 is equal to 6. So here I just change the order and we call it what? Converse. Type. Just a minute. Just I remind another example. Who reminds us with not math? Okay, our something in our life. Yes, yes, real. Remind us. No, this is transverse. Yes, yes, Tawaran. That's what. Yes. Exactly. If today is what today was Sunday, so that means yesterday was Saturday. So if Saturday was yesterday, so tomorrow will be Sunday. This year, if you change the order, it will be Sunday. This is what they mean by the converse. So that's it. This is not our lesson, Yajuri. So now, did you remember all of the postulates that we talked about before in lesson 1? You alternate interior, you alternate exterior, blah, 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 blah. Now we're going to talk about their converse. Let's see here. What? It says in your book, yeah. Yeah, here now. The first one. You remember we talked about the corresponding. What's the highlighter here? So here, we talked about the corresponding angle postulate. We said that if we have two parallel lines and there's a transversal line, one is out, one is in, they are on the same side of the transversal, they are on the same side of the parallel lines, so we can say they are equal. What, Mama? Did we talk about them before? This is the corresponding angle postulate. Now today, this is what we said before. If M is parallel to N, so that's mean angle 1 is equal to angle 5. Today now we're gonna take its converse. How it will be? I found that I have two lines. Two lines. I don't know if they are parallel or not. Okay? And I bring a transversal line like this at the side of it. Then I bring my protractor. I measure this angle and I measure this angle. If you find that this one, as an example, 92, and this one is 92. If you find that angle 1 is measured to angle 2, or 1 and 5 as an example here, if you find them that they are equal, so that means my two lines are parallel. So if you measure 1 and if you measure 5 and you find them, because they are corresponding, because they are to the same side of the transversal line, both of them are up the parallel line. If you find that 1 and 5 are equal, so that means line M and line M are parallel. This is what do I mean by converse of the corresponding angles. Is it clear? The second one. What do we have now? What do you mean by how it's yeah. Converse, we said what? Sorry, in the previous lesson, we said that if we have two lines that they are parallel, which transversal line cuts them, they will make two angles that they are on the same side. Both of them are up both of them they are up and up. So when they are like this, we can say that they are equal. This is what our postulate. Now, what is the converse of it? If you check that angle 1 and angle 5 are equal, so that means M and N are parallel.
Like this is wait. If we saw that 4 and 8 are equal, means both sides are parallel.
Yes, exactly. 4 and 8, 2. 3 and 7, 2 and 6. If you see, find any of them are equal, so that means M and N are parallel. The second one now, we talk about what? Before the alternate interior angles. I am inside them. Here is the interior angles. And they are alternate. That means they are what? Opposite, like 4 and 6. Now you bring your protractor. You measure the 6. And you measure the 4. And you find them, they are equal. When you find that these two angles are equal, that means parallel of line M and line N are parallel. Is it clear? The third one, which is what? Alternate means opposite. Interior, they are inside. Now, alternate, they are exterior now. Where am I? Here. I am exterior. I am in this place and in this place. And they are not. We take 1 and 2. They are exterior and they are on the opposite side. Now, if you find that angle 1 and angle 7 are equal, so that means what? MN is parallel to all. The opposite of all we talk about on this one. Is it clear? Right. Now, number 4. The consecutive interior angle. The same thing. We have two lines. I have these two lines. I don't know if they are parallel or not. I have this transversal line that they cut them together. Then I found that this one And this one is this is 60. No, are supplementary. If you find that this angle and this angle are supplementary, in other words, if I add them together and I get 180, so if they are both of them, they are interior and they are consecutive on the same side and interior, and when you add them, we get 180. So that means angle J and angle H are parallel. Is it clear? But if you find, as an example, like this, as an example, if I give you this is 70 and this is 120, look at them now here. They are interior and they are alternate. Are they supplementary? What do I mean by supplementary? What do I, they are if their summation is 180. Add them together. They will give you what? 190, which is not 180. If they are not supplementary, so we cannot say that J, this is wrong. We can't say that because they are not supplementary. Not parallel? I don't, maybe he has it. Maybe, I don't know. So I don't know how it's not parallel. You know, this is what came on. طب هي تستنى. Wait, Mama, will she ask you a question? Yes, ya Maria.
Yes, I didn't understand
Okay.
one and this is five.
No, this is not the.
Wait, one is 60
طيب. Okay.
and five is 7. So that's extends
No, this is another case.
you add up the
This is another case. This is corresponding. This one and this one, they are corresponding. If they are not equal, and 60 is not equal to 70.
okay,
So they are what? They are parallel. Supplementary, what do I mean by it? Supplementary means that they are have summation of 180. We talk about them in semester 1.
Wait, so this is like 9.
Yes, 60 and 180. 120, 180. You add them, they must be 180. If they are not, that means they are not parallel. Yeah, wait a minute.
Consecutive exterior
Yeah, yes, yeah,
and the first
okay. It can't happen. It can't happen. How it's like. It can't happen. Because this no, that's no, this can't, it can't happen. Okay, in a 60 and 180, they are supplementary. But if you compare between 60 and 50, which they must be consecutive, alternate interior, they must be equal. So it can't happen. If this is 120, this must be. Yes.
استني
just a minute, wait حلا. What's talking to you? يلا يا كنت. No. Now can you see my screen?
No,
Three minutes and a few. He accelerates.
No, I like you like
Now, converse of consecutive exterior angles. يلا.
The exterior angle is important.
برافو.
Now he asked us about consecutive exterior. Let's decide that two are seven with F.
برافو.
Now
شو بشير؟
Exactly. She told us that if both of them they are exterior and they are consecutive. Consecutive exterior means what they are what? Supplementary. When you add them, you get 180. If they are. When you add them, you get 180. If this happens, that's mean M is parallel to N.
now you say F. يعني it can be another 180.
Supplementary means 180.
يعني واحدة it says
Supplementary means 180. What do you mean?
I know you said if it's 180, it's
I didn't understand this thing.
يعني ممكن إذا طلع 180 يعني هو parallel.
Yes,
يعني
exactly.
يقدر يكون مو parallel مو 180.
If this are like this, see? As an example, they are not the 180, so they are parallel. And you see they are not parallel. Right. Now, this one here. If they are, which angles they are congruent and which angles they are supplementary.
I know, but that's how I know.
لا. You must tell me which are the congruent angles and which are the supplementary. It's okay, but you just know how. Yeah, now this one here, number 2 in your book, page what, yeah, Tamara? 87, here. What theorem or postulate can you use to show that line J, what there is J, and K are parallel? Here is J and here is K. Yes, Mayar. Let's see. Mayar told us that. See, I forgot something. Angle 2. Just a minute. Let's draw. Angle 2 and angle 6. They told me that they are congruent. Okay? Mayar told us now we're gonna use which one? Which one, Mayar? Corresponding. So we're gonna use the converse of corresponding converse. Which one you mean? Converse. So if you didn't get high marks in the final exam, what shall I do with you? If you didn't get a high mark in the final exam, if you, what I should do? I will get better, والله. It's not very hard, والله, but you just which will be inshallah it will be good. Okay. Thanks. You didn't study well. It's finished, huh? The time is finished. Time is finished. Time is finished. Okay.